Welcome to another NEBA Spotlight. Today, I'm really happy to present my friend Bert. Bert, tell us about you. Tell us about your business.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, everyone, for having me today. Most of you really don't know my story, just the chapter you met me on, and the chapter is NEBA. And I always think the story hopefully gets better once you know the author. So my goal here today is to have you guys know me a little bit better. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm not going to put up a deck. I'm not going to showcase product. I'm not going to ask you to buy anything. Um, I'm just going to really tell you the story of my journey. But what I'm really going to do is talk a little bit about the mentors I met along the way in my journey. And I hope to share um, with you guys some of the lesson and wisdoms that I learned from my mentors. And underneath it all, I really want to try and underline how important it is to have mentors in your life, no matter where you are, no matter what age, no matter how accomplished you are. Having somebody you trust, admire, and respect in your life to bounce things off of, and to get some advice and good counsel is really a gift. And I hope that you all take advantage of it if you're not yet. I'm a recovering media professional. I spent 22 years at the Chicago Sun-Times as a director of the entertainment division. I oversaw the Hollywood studio portfolio business. I got to work with Roger Ebert for 10 years. I also held a variety of other leadership positions, most notably director of most notably major accounts, big box retail, local retail, and I culminated my career as publisher of North Shore Magazine, not the one in Boston, the one here, Lifestyle Magazine. I got into tech a little over 10 years ago through the outsourced HR space. And about 3.5 years ago, I had the great joy of taking an 18-month-old technology startup to market and experiencing tremendous success in doing so, which ultimately laid the foundation for me starting my own company, which I'll touch on a little bit later. Um, so I was really blessed to have an incredible circle of people in my life that helped to not only mentor me, but showcase leadership by example at the highest level. And the one thing they all had in common is they never hesitated to share how they overcame adversity, because I think they ultimately knew that their story would be part of my survival guide. And without question, it was. The foundation of great mentoring really started for me in the home. My father was first to impart wisdom on me in small little chunks. And the one thing he said to me is, you learn the most about people. This was when I was probably 10 or 11. You learn the most about people in three ways: when they're drunk, when they're angry, and when it comes to money. And he was like 100% right on that. I also learned that the older I got, the smarter my parents became. Um, then it usually moved on to school. Maybe that one teacher or coach that believed in, believed in you when perhaps you didn't believe in yourself, and they helped inspire your growth. My basketball coaches were the ones who taught me about the game of life through the game of basketball. They taught about having a great work ethic, about being a great teammate, coming early, staying late. And those are all the same qualities you need to be a successful professional. And I really always loved, that's probably why I loved hiring athletes when I had the chance. But I want to talk just real briefly about one of the great mentors I had in my life. His name was Joe Sullivan. He gave me some of the most impactful wisdom I ever received. He was a family friend, Harvard MBA. He had a venture capital private equity company. He was a brilliant man, beyond wealthy, but if you saw him on the street, you wouldn't think he had a nickel in his pocket. And that's what I loved about him. But I would reach out to him from time to time to try and get some advice and good counsel on, what I wanted to do with my life. And I knew between my freshman and sophomore year of college that I wanted to go into media. So I called Joe to find out about, what he kind of thought maybe I should do with regard to internships. And we sat and we talked, and he looked at me and he said, "You know what I think you should do?" He said, "I think you should find an internship in a nursing home." He said, go work in a nursing home." And I was so confused. It was like, what does working in a nursing home have to do with media? He said, "Oh, it'll help you no matter what career path you choose, no matter what industry you wind up in, whether you're a lawyer, a doctor, a media professional, construction worker, a social worker, or waiter in a restaurant." He said, "It'll help you no matter what you choose." And I was so perplexed. And he basically explained it to me in the most basic of terms. When you work in a nursing home, you'll have the opportunity to witness some wisdom, but you'll see more regret, and really at a high level. And he really focused on the regret. He told me that you'll find you'll see in a nursing home, you'll find hopes and dreams that were never fulfilled. You'll find books that were never written, and really music that was never played, all because somebody was too afraid to take that first step needed in order to carry out their dream. Underneath it all, you'll see regret at the highest level. You'll hear things like, I regret working so hard that I made little time for my family. I regret losing touch with my friends. I regret not starting my own business. I regret not living a life true to myself versus what others expected of me. I regret not telling those special people who believed in me on days when I didn't always believe in myself how much I appreciate them. And I regret not having the courage to express my thoughts and feelings more. And he looked at me, and I'll never forget this. He stuck his finger right in my face and he said, you make sure that that's never you." And that was the beginning and the foundation of great mentorship. So I started my own business last year, Revenue Mountain. It was the byproduct of success in taking an 18-month-old tech startup to market, driving over 900,000 in new business revenue in 24 to 28 months, all from my organic network. No selling on or marketing on LinkedIn, no drip campaigns, no unsolicited cold calls, simply open, honest, and authentic conversation, really built around trying to solve a problem. Revenue Mountain was created around everything that I've done well in my career: revenue generation, leadership, problem solving, and using my network to make a difference in people's lives, both personally and professionally. My network is both wide as it is deep. My company has three divisions. I have a sales division where I'll take a tech company to market from a sales perspective. I'll also fill fractional roles within a company if needed. We're heavy in data automation, and that's the bread and butter that got me to this point. And then I use my network to connect the companies I'm working with to the businesses they serve. Um, I currently represent a cybersecurity platform, a CRM product, podcast consulting platform, and again, heavy in data automation. And I really don't talk about them a lot openly, which probably seems odd for somebody who's actually trying to bring these companies to market. What I really do is try and solve problems. And if I hear a problem that involves one of these companies I'm working with, then I'll talk about it. As I grew, I made it a mission to try and share some of the advice and wisdom from some of the phenomenal mentors who have graced my life. But I've only shared with you stories about a couple of them. But I'm going to share with you now just some wisdom that I received from so many of them uh, in life. And that's kind of what got me here today. And make a sale, earn a commission, make a friend, earn a fortune. And that's something that really underlines why we're all here today. Is really about making good friends, because when you do that, that's where the magic starts. Understanding that the day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. And always choose people that are better than you. Always choose people that challenge you and are smarter than you. And always be the student, no matter where you are in life. And look for people whose eyes light up um, when you talk about your dreams. Those are the ones you keep in your life. And be selective with your time and who you let into your life. Keep your circle small. It's much harder to get them out than it is to let them in. And it's the person that you saw coming that it's the person you never saw coming that will change your life. And anything you lose by being real in life was fake to begin with. And really, life truly begins at 40. Prior to that, you're just doing research. And good souls recognize good souls. Always be genuine and authentic, and those meant to find you will. And know that style will get you up the stairs and through the revolving doors, but knowledge and substance will allow you to access new horizons. Time, good friends, and family are things that become much more valuable the older we get. And life is that one gift that can be returned at any time. So don't wait for that right moment to tell people how you feel, as that moment may never come. And never forget the ones who saw you at your lowest point, and instead of offering judgment and distance, they extended presence and grace. Those truly are and should be the most valuable people in your life. And the fastest way to fail in life is trying to please everyone. Never let a wishbone grow where a backbone should be. And the thing about life, it goes on regardless of who comes with. Be willing to walk alone, because many who started with you won't finish with you. And know that you don't build trust in people by offering your help. You do it by asking for it. And cultivating relationships and nurturing relationships are the two things that will absolutely put money in your bank account consistently. And if you want to know how to change the world in the smallest of ways, every single day, just be the person who cares and be the reason why someone else believes in the beauty and goodness of others. Thanks for having me today.
Bert, what's the best way for people to contact you if they need to some more great advice?
I put it in the chat, but I'll do so again. But
Say
Bird
it
at,
for the fans on YouTube.
Bird at revenuemountain.com.
I
Bird
love
at
it.
revenuemountain.com.
I love it, my friend. Thank you for presenting.
Thank you.
Wow.